From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, November 9th, 2014. Silver is trading at $15.80 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,178 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $349. Antiwar.com reports scores of people were killed in a U.S. attack near Mosul when airstrikes were launched against a crowd of people that the Pentagon figured might conceivably be a gathering of leaders of the Islamic State. Details beyond that are scant, as people in Mosul reported 50 bodies were brought in from the attack, but they had no idea who the people were. CENTCOM was similarly unclear on what they actually hit. The attack sparked speculation that the Pentagon might be trying to kill Caliph Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, and while they would clearly like to target him, the Pentagon conceded that they are unsure if Baghdadi was at the meeting at all, assuming it was actually a meeting, and whether he was hit if indeed he was present. The lack of intelligence about what they're aiming at is a growing problem for the Pentagon as they escalate attacks against the Islamic State, as a growing number of civilian deaths have been reported in recent days. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Bitcoin Not Bombs. Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs offers premium publicity campaigns designed to facilitate an organization's adoption of Bitcoin as a payment system and to fully capitalize on that decision in their fundraising efforts. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com. The New York Times reports North Korea released 2 Americans who had been accused of trying to subvert the reclusive state after the Director of National Intelligence for the United States, James Clapper, flew to the country on a secret mission and departed Saturday with the men aboard his aircraft. In a terse statement issued by Clapper's office, the Americans, Kenneth Bay and Matthew Todd Miller, were described as on their way home, accompanied by Clapper. Officials said they were likely to land on the West Coast, where Bay and Miller both live, late Saturday night. Miller is from Bakersfield, California, and Bay is from Linwood, Washington. It was an unusual role for Clapper, the nation's most senior intelligence official, whose job is to coordinate policy and operations among the nation's 16 spy agencies. Gruff, blunt, and seen by many in the Obama administration as a throwback to the Cold War, the retired general is an unlikely diplomat, but in the words of one U.S. official, perfect for the North Koreans. Together with the release last month of Jeffrey Fowle, who had been held for 6 months, the decision to let the 2 Americans go is the latest evidence that Kim Jong-un, North Korea's unpredictable and untested young leader, is trying his first approaches to the Obama administration since taking power. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They now take Bitcoin for purchasing precious metals so you can turn your profits into a long-term investment. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing. 800-874-9760. Reuters reports hundreds of thousands of Catalans are expected to back independence from Spain today in a symbolic referendum on secession being held across the northeast region, despite opposition from Madrid. The consultation of citizens follows a legal block by the central government against a more formal, albeit still non-binding ballot, which regional leaders had been pushing for. Pro-independence organizations have campaigned vigorously for a big turnout from the wealthy region's 7.5 million people, and more than 40,000 volunteers will have set up informal voting stations. Pro-secession politicians hope a high level of support will prompt the central government to sit down with them and negotiate more tax and political autonomy, or even convince Madrid to accept a full-blown independence referendum in the future. Officials from Catalonia's 2 main political parties have suggested that backing from more than 1.5 million people would help build momentum for their cause. However, those who are not in favor of separation are not expected to take part in the vote. Roberto Ruiz says, "No, I'm not voting. This will not make a difference, and I'm against independence anyway. I'm Catalan, but I'm Spanish too." Opinion polls show that as many as 80% of Catalans back having a vote on the issue of Catalonia's independence, with about 50% in favor of full independence. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.